Hey and sisters, this is Yasir here at YGTV, and I wanted to come on here. There's been some aggravating scammers that are really just blasting people's YouTube channels, mostly Christian-oriented channels. Like they'll spoof the profile and make it seem like it's them, and posting comments asking people for money, and people are trying to block the profiles, and they just come right back. And I was just pressed really to try to help do something to combat this, not only because it's just spam, but two, there are so many people that are new to internet, especially with the whole pandemic, or plandemic, if you want to call it that. People that are older, the older generation, that are just trying to get acclimated to being able to fellowship online with the body of Christ, and they may not understand that what a web bot is, and that it's not a real person, or not the person that is actually running the YouTube channel. So before I start, I just wanted to say a quick prayer, not only for the people that are coming across these comments, but for the content creators of these channels. Father, I come to you oh so humbly, just asking you to bless this video, so that it may bring people peace. I pray for those that are behind these scam profiles. I understand that you, through all things, and you can make anything right, and anything that the enemy tries to use for wrong, you can turn it around and use it for your glory. I pray that those people that are creating these, I pray that they find you and turn away from their wicked ways. I pray for peace for the content creators that are having to deal with the spam and trying their very best to protect their viewer base from any schemes that the enemy is sending their way. I ask that every piece and part of this video reaches as many people and is helpful. I give all the glory and honor to you in advance, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. So I wanted to tell you a little bit of what I used to do, and tell you why I feel that this, a couple of things that I'm going to share with you should help to combat this, since YouTube cannot seem to do anything to get this under control. I know a few things that should help. So the reason that the blocks don't work is because it's actually not a person. It is a group of people that, and I don't know who they are, but it's a group of people that have advanced bot software. And the reason I know what this software can do is because I used to do online marketing myself, and it's definitely advanced now, more so than it was when I was using software similar to this. I was using it for legitimate, ethical purposes, but it just makes marketing and reaching out to people and posting comments and things like that, it makes it a lot easier, because you can set a script and load it into the software and set time intervals, automatic replies, and just click the start button and then go have dinner, go out for drinks, or whatever the case is, and just let the software do its thing automatically without you touching it. The problem is that whoever these people are obviously not using it for ethical purposes. They are using it to try to scam money out of people, similar to what the people behind the automatic robocalls were doing, only this time they're targeting social media. So one of the things that I wanted to also start off with is Bro Tyler at Generation 2434. He actually did a video on how to really recognize scammers and that were posting on his channel. So I'm just going to go over to his video that he did. And I would like to say that any of these content creators in the Christian watchman and watchwoman community, they will always either put a link to something, whether it be a news article, another video, or something of that nature. They will always put it in their descriptions, or they will pin the comment themselves at the top of their comment section. I'm just using this video as an example. There's no pinned comment here on this one, but that's because there was really nothing. This was just an alert post. But just know that any of the profiles that seem like they could be using one of their pictures, like this one here, there's a couple of easy ways to determine whether this is a real profile versus a spoofed spam profile. First and foremost, under here, you can see that he's got over 24,000 subscribers. A spam profile is not going to have any subscribers. And then also, just like he said, these are starting off all the same, really. Like, beloved, I don't know you, and giving money to the orphanage, and you'll be greatly blessed, and things like that. And then, of course, plastering a either a phone number or a link. So if you see things like that, and just first and foremost, I urge you to stop. Because if they were, especially if it is on a video that is not asking anything about finances, such as if they're telling you about a sign to let you know how close the rapture is, and then you see something in the comments referring to money, if it were something that they were needing or wanting to try to bless someone else, they would absolutely mention that in the video. And then if it was a GoFundMe account or link, they would reference that link in the video and say, hey, there's a pinned comment in the comment section, or I've left the GoFundMe link in the description. So those are some key things to look for. And then also, if you click on his profile, the scam profile, I believe, did not have this banner up here. And also the scamming profiles usually have no videos at all. So this is a clear, if you see one of your subscriptions, such as Bro Tyler here, if you see something posting asking for money and you click on that profile and there's nothing there, chances are 110% that it's a fake profile, and you should by all means steer clear of it. And I wanted to say this because, again, there's some people that are really new to using social media since the whole pandemic has kept a lot of people home, left jobs and things like that. So I feel it's important not to gloss over that. But essentially, what these bots can do a lot of things, or the software can. I call it a bot, but it's really just advanced coded software that's designed to do a lot of things. One of which is they use what's called a scraper. And a scraper just means that it is software, a feature built into software that crawls any website you want it to, and it extracts basically whatever you program it to extract from the internet. Back in the day, I used to learn how to clone different websites. And again, there was no malintent behind me doing this. I was doing work for web design, and a lot of times some of the web pages would have the same features. So instead of doing all of that work all over again. I would clone certain websites and then just edit them to make them unique. So this software was able to download all images from a web page, such as this fig tree right here, and of course certain banners and emblems and things like that. It would download them to a file folder that would download to your computer, and then it would turn around and regenerate the same web page with all the fields and working links and everything like that. And then it would actually save the HTML file in a folder, and then you click on it and you basically would open it up and see that it's the same exact duplicated web page. Not functional though until you add it to a domain, so that you actually have a functional website. So not to take you guys too far down into the weeds of web design, but I'm just giving you an idea of what things used to be like. Now they have, and these have been out for a while too, Gmail account generators. This software can be used to automatically generate as many Gmail accounts as you want. And as you all know, you must have a Gmail or Google account to have a YouTube account. So what these people are doing is using a Gmail generator, generating a bunch of random Gmail accounts, and then creating, having their software automatically create YouTube pages with the scraped information that they have pulled from whatever set of criteria that they wanted their software to crawl for. And then hence you have a bunch of spammed profiles that have been created probably within 10-15 minutes tops, depending on how many they do. And then the second part of it is that they type out a script of whatever comment they want to say, and they load that into a text file. And then there's an option usually within these types of software where whatever text you type, any links or anything like that, you load it in, and then you set your intervals, whether you want there to be something posted immediately or 2 hours. And then the third part of it is also using the same text file. What they'll do is there's a feature that they've built into those softwares now where you can automatically reply to YouTube comments in the people's comments section. And in order to do that, you just take the person's actual YouTube channel link and load it into the program. And so anytime that there's a new slew of comments, the software will automatically go in and start replying to random comments. It doesn't do them to all of them, just some, because if you do it too fast, then the software will basically block you from posting anything, because at that point YouTube is going to understand that something suspicious is going on. So for them to fly under the radar, you'll see a couple posts that might have the a response with the spam message, and then you may see some others that don't have it, and then a couple more down the line you'll see some more. So that's how it works. And YouTube does not know how to stop this because it's not an actual person, much less a real authentic Gmail account. And when these people get blocked, all they do is use another one of their automatically generated Gmail accounts. The same image files are already still in the software's folder. They just regenerate a new profile with the same name, and then they're back at it again because the software still has all of that information that they've scraped. So, not to, again, I didn't want to take you guys too far into the weeds on that, but I really wanted to to give you some understanding of how that software is working and why it is so hard to stop. So one of the things that I did notice is that a lot of the channels that are being affected by these spam bots are channels with medium to large subscriber bases. And a couple of have had, 5,000, 6,000, 9 to almost 10,000. And then the others, like Bro Tyler here, he's got close to 25,000. And then Lisa Boyce from Watchwoman65, she's got over 30,000. Chad, Watchman on the Wall 88, I think he's got around 65 or 75,000. So what they're doing is they're using the subscriber count as criteria to scrape any channels in this community that have a good amount of subscribers, because they feel that that's where their efforts are going to pay off the most, so to speak. In other words, if you got someone that's got 20, close to 30,000 subscribers, they know that when a video gets posted, they're going to get a good amount of views on it and a lot of people commenting. So they feel if they post their spam sporadically throughout the thread, someone is going to bite, and then they're going to fall for the scam and then make some money off of innocent people. So that's how one of the main ways they're pulling these channels. So for example, I have not had one single scammer to send me anything, but my channel has let me see, I think I've got like 2.38 thousand 5-inch subscribers. So I'm pretty kind of flying under their radar, so to speak. But let's say if I jumped up to say 6,000, and then they keep running their scraper software, all of a sudden that puts me in target range, and then all of a sudden I would start getting the same type of spam messages, because at that point they feel it's worth it to try to come after my viewer base. So here is the first thing that you can try to do to protect your subscribers, is simply turning off your subscriber count. You will still have this. Nothing is going to change about YouTube's algorithm and how they categorize or prioritize people's channels based on how many subscribers they have. You'll still have that priority, whatever that may be within YouTube's algorithm. But just when the software, when they run that scraper to try to extract the information to determine who to try to plot on next, they're not going to be able to see this subscriber count, and it's going to put you under their radar that way. I hope I'm making sense. And if anybody has any questions about anything I'm saying, just ask me in the comments. But so here is the first way. Here's how you can hide your subscriber count. So it's better to do this on a desktop versus a mobile phone, just because you can, people that have Androids, you might have to go into desktop mode anyway on the mobile device. iOS, you can certainly do the same thing via iOS. It's just that it's going to open Safari and make you put in your password to access your Google account. So if you do it on a desktop, you don't have to worry about trying to log back in, and it'll just take you where you need to go. So you go over to your profile picture and then click on it, and then you go down to where it says your data in YouTube, and you click that. You're going to be taken to this particular page here, and then you'll click on not the playlists, but you'll click on the videos that you have. And then once that loads up, Then you go down to settings, and then from the settings screen you go to channel, and from this screen right here you just go to advanced settings, and here you have some audience options here. Of course, you can set it if it's made for kids. This is not really what we want though, so you're going to actually scroll down just a little bit more, and I can tell you they intentionally put this in here down at the bottom, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So here you see it says subscriber count, display the number of people subscribed to my channel. So what you'll want to do is go ahead and uncheck that box, and then you will go ahead and click save. Now, when you go back to your videos, your channel, excuse me, give me just one moment. And when you go back, you'll see then that my subscriber count is not there any longer. Again, just remember, none of the subscriber count is lost. None of it. And the only difference is that is one critical piece of data that is now hidden from the software scrapers that they are using. And if you'll notice, at least from my perspective, from what I've seen, the comments section of community posts seem to usually be spam free for the most part. If anybody's seen otherwise, please tell me and I'll look further into it. But the primary things, sections for comments that get spammed are usually, from what I've seen, always on videos, and it's because they're pulling data based on the video statistics and the channel statistics. So that is the first way to get you sort of more under the radar. The second thing that you can do is hide your video view count, and I'm going to go into that in just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and after searching, I have realized that YouTube has removed the studio feature that used to allow you to hide your view count. It is no longer an option, and I've checked every menu and sub menu that I could find, as well as gotten feedback from others, other larger YouTube creators, and they have in fact removed the ability to hide your view count, because that would have definitely also taken away an additional data point for the scrapers to use to scrape together the YouTube channels. However, again, the subscriber count, I know for a fact, is a huge one that has been used. I used to use it myself when I was doing my online marketing right here on YouTube, and it's also that works the same way for like Facebook. If you are in, let's say, Forex trading or anything like that, you can use a Facebook scraper tool to scrape the Facebook profiles of anybody interested in online business or trading or anything like that. And of course, people with, say, 5,000 friends or more followers, you get those, and then you start building your network the right way, getting to know them. But anyway, again, so I'm just kind of letting you know the way these people are thinking, even though they're not doing the right thing. So the only other thing right now, the hiding the subscriber count is a huge one. And the next thing after that, since you cannot hide your view count for videos, and even if you could have, it would not have affected your video rank or it getting out to the eyeballs that you have the videos set for, like your initial subscriber base, as well as having the videos tagged for other new people to view. It wouldn't have affected that at all. It just would have meant that your some more information for you is protected and hidden. And there is a reason why they put that feature in, and also why you're able to hide your subscriber count. So if you think about this, why anybody would be asking, why would you want to hide your subscriber count? The reason for that is for things like this. It's like how Apple is with the iPhone. They bury safety features deep within the menu so that it's really hard to find and hard to toggle on and off. But if something happens regarding someone's confidential information or safety, they can say, oh yeah, it's here, and then show you how to dig through your settings and try to find this information and turn it on or turn it off. The same thing is with YouTube. They know most people are not going to go turn their subscriber count off, and that the likelihood of something like this needing to be done is very low. However, the feature is still there, and again, it's for a reason. They understand that people can use and scrape this information and market to people or spam them or what have you. So I can tell you right now that is why they have added and kept that feature in. And I'm just about certain that when they removed the feature to turn your view count off, they probably had a boardroom discussion and said, hey, we've got these two safety features to protect users. One of them's got to go. One of them's got to stay. And they probably decided, well, we want people to see their view counts and also continue showing that. But they figured that people would want to still be able to hide their subscriber count, if anything else. So I say all that to say they choose what to keep and what to remove, but they know they couldn't remove both. So you see which one they decided to keep and which one they removed. So the next thing that you can do is within your comment sections. And so this is all still within the studio, the YouTube studio. You can go to your content, which also used to be called Video Manager. It has now changed to just content. And I'm gonna let me go ahead and expand this. So this is what all of this is gonna look like when you get into your YouTube studio. And so you can click this and then it condenses it, to make it smaller. So it's still the same things. So you click on content and it's going to take you to your video content pages. And what you can do, I'm not going to go through, of course, all of these. And most likely they may not be going after older videos. They could, but they may not be. So worst case scenario is you might be able to do a couple pages, and you'll want to click the very first box up here at the top so that it checks all of the boxes here. All the videos here at one time, and you go to edit, and then you go down to comments, and instead of allowing all comments through, you can switch this to hold potentially all inappropriate comments for review, or you could simply hold them all for review and then go through them and figure out which ones you want to let through or not. This is not practical unless you have a really small channel and you're really not expecting to get a lot of comments. But anybody, like most of the people they're targeting, they're going to have hundreds of thousands of comments coming in, and so nobody has time to spend going through each and every comment. And then you could also simply disable all comments and not allow anyone to comment at all. But that is the beauty of having an online fellowship, like an online community like this, is to be able to comment and share your share feedback and encouragement and things of that nature. So My advice would be to choose hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. One thing that I have found using that that option on some videos, I haven't had to use it for most of them, but it did catch a lot of spam. Not these same guys that are spamming everyone now, but just spam comments that would show up, and I was able to, to get those deleted, and it did let other people that posted legitimate comments through without me having to go back and approve a lot of them. Every now and then it would capture a legitimate comment, maybe like one or two, but for the most part, I really didn't have to do a whole lot. Their filtering seems to do a pretty good job. So that is one way or two different ways you can try to kind of protect yourself and your viewers. And some of you may have already known this and may have already taken the steps to do some of this. I do know for a fact, like I said, the subscriber count is a huge target. Now, again, I know it's most of us in the Watchmen and Watchwomen community, the body of Christ, most of us don't really care about our subscriber count. Whereas when I was just doing gaming and things like that, as you saw in tutorials, I just, it was nice to see what my subscriber count was, and that let me know that people were enjoying my content, and so that was pretty cool. Now you can still see how many subscribers that you have. It's just not going to be on your page displayed where others can see it. So Lord willing, we won't be here too much longer anyway to have to keep dealing with what's going on, all this evil and people scheming on innocent people and preying on them. And I honestly hope that this helped someone and helps someone out there to kind of curb the additional attempts to spoof your channels and things like that. If I think of anything else that I know of, I will absolutely share it. And let me see something else here. I'm just making sure I'm not leaving anything off the table that I know of. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. So if the channel creators decide that they want to try hiding their subscriber count and that this ends up working and keeping the spammers at bay for a while, just remember what I said earlier about determining whether someone is posting from a legitimate profile or whether it's one of the spam profiles. With no subscriber count up here, you can still go in to their page. Like I'll go for an example here. Hang on just a moment. So like Bro Chad's channel here, even if his subscriber count was hidden, you click on the profile, you still see all of these videos that are lined up here. You see his Twitter badge over here, and you can click on the community posts, the community tab, and you see things that have been posted by him recently, and you click in the about section. Some people don't have this filled out, and that's perfectly okay, but the main things that you want to keep a watch on, if they've got no videos and they're posting asking for money, like nobody is really gonna just have a blank profile and ask people they don't know at all, never communicated with, for money. And just keep in mind, you have to be very careful. And just when you see somebody asking for money or posting something that just doesn't look right, investigate. Click on the profile, look at it, check it out, see if they have any videos and things like that. And again, all of these spam profiles, because of how they're set up, they're just auto regeneration profile bots. So they're not going to have any content whatsoever on those channels. They're going to be blank. They're just shell profiles, if you will. So check those out. And of course, another thing that Tyler mentioned is you certainly can go ahead and block those profiles or report them. I know that they might come back, but I feel like if the excuse me, I feel like if the creator themselves takes this out of sight of the spammers and the spam comments get removed and reported, that I think is probably a good way to fight back. And the next more extreme thing is excuse me, the more extreme thing is if it got really extreme and you couldn't get it under control any kind of way, then I don't know, but people could post videos in their community section that they've uploaded so that they can have interaction here. And I think the community post comment section, I have to do some more looking on that, but I don't know if you limiting or eliminating comments from just your videos means that you cannot post comments in the community section. So I don't know about that, but like I said, the main thing is, and I know because I've done this kind of stuff for good reasons, good purposes, is that when you're searching for someone to generate a lead from, and that's what these scammers are trying to do, they are generating illegitimate leads from people who have no interest in being scammed. They're trying to generate that income for themselves, but they're using it seeking out subscriber count. And another sister, a sister in Christ, she has, let's see, give me one moment. Let me scroll down here. As you can see, I got an active section here. Servant Messenger, yes. She just started to have the same thing where she was having no problem before, as far as I know, and she can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But the higher in subscriber count you get, the more prone you are again to become a target of these wicked spammers. So if you got a channel, if you just share this video with anybody that you think this might be helpful for, and if you're starting to gain more and more subscribers, you may want to hide your subscriber count, at least for now. And this way you can continue to share the gospel and continue putting out, content without having to worry about having a giant target on your back. As much as it is great to just be able to look and see how many people you're affecting in a positive way, it also draws a target on your back for people that have nefarious plans in mind. So this is my way of trying to help you guys fight back a little bit, using the tools that YouTube still has in place, one of which I really wish that they had left in, because that's another thing. But another thing that you might want to do, some channels I know upload every other day, like have a frequent, consistent upload schedule. You can throw the schedule off a little bit. You could upload every 2 days or every 3 days, because upload patterns is also something that the newer advanced software can pick up. And because they know that that's going to be an active channel with new content and new eyeballs on it every other day or every day. So you can kind of switch that up a little bit if you want to try that too. Again, these are all things that you can do. Nothing is 100% guaranteed that you will not get any more spam comments at all. But it will definitely help you fly further under the radar as far as they go, while you still can post your content and bring people to Jesus Christ. And that leads me to the last point before I wrap this video up, is If people cannot see how close we are to our redemption, at this point, I would just say that they're walking around with blinders on. There's so much going on, so much happening, and it just tells me I'm excited, and mostly to meet all you guys, and to also spend eternity first and foremost with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And so you guys, my other message is just hold on. I know people are tired. People have just so much going on in their lives, but the message is hold on tight, hold fast, and before you know it, we're gonna hear that trumpet sound, and we're gonna be it'll be takeoff time. So don't let anything try to discourage you. Rest in Jesus. Throw your burdens on him. The devil is also so busy. He knows the time is almost up for us before we get out of here. And don't worry about any naysayers. People trying to say that Jesus isn't coming. That's also fulfillment of prophecy by just them saying that, the scoffers and mockers. So just try to encourage each other, uplift one another, and love on one another, and continue to pray. Talk to Jesus like he's your BFF, because he is, and trust and believe that we are in the season. So again, I hope that this really helps someone, helps a lot of you guys out there. I'm going to tag as many as I can. And again, you can share this video for anyone that I might have left off that you can think of, or any other watchmen or watchwomen that are connected to you guys. This, I think, doing this together is, and sharing this is what we can do to at least try to fight back against these spammers and stuff like that. And you might run across someone with an even better idea if you share this video with them, maybe something I missed. But like I said, we have to do this together. So love you guys, and leave a comment below if this was useful or you found any value in it whatsoever. If it didn't work at all and you're still having problems, still let me know too. I'm a solutions person, and I will not stop until I find a solution that works, if there is one. And if not, I've got a few special contacts that I can take advantage of if I need to try to reach out to someone with YouTube. As long as I have the time to do it. But while I had the time, I wanted to make sure I just put this out there to try to help. So love you guys, and God bless each and every last one of you, and hope to talk to you guys soon, unless Jesus comes to get us first. Have a great day.